The boys are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
Another sneaky, scary day yesterday. I got to tell you, Nick, that San Francisco Giants matchup. Everybody thought we were dead. I was reading the comments. Everybody thought we were done. Down 6-0. Boys come back. Wilmer Flores does it again. We're up 4%
baby.
from yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still down 4%. But just to get back to it, this is the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. Today is Thursday, April 10th. I am Griffin Murphy. Alongside me is Nick Menken. We're back for another winning day in the books, ladies and gentlemen, and we are due for one. Absolutely clipped again yesterday, and every single one of our 4 parlays, every single one of them clipped by one game. And ladies and gentlemen, I laugh at this stuff because I've been running this system for so long, as Nick has. We both look at it and we're like, God, man, if people really understood how often this happens and how long it goes on for. This is a frequent system, and this happens week in, week out. And then finally, kaboom, you bust out of it. We're in that situation right now. We're one game away from absolutely erupting that 10, 20% day that we're looking for to get us right off this cuff. But, ladies and gentlemen, we cashed yesterday. We ended up making 1% on the day with our whale bet. So we cashed that. We are now down just 4% on the week, getting ready for a massive day. But just so you guys know, this show is recorded Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. You are tuned into the Dirty 630 show. And before we get any deeper, Nick, how were the premiums over at DocSports.com yesterday? And what do you got on tap tonight?
Premiums are heating up, especially with the top plays there, Griff, in the NBA. Yes, last night we had the Denver Nuggets. We laid it there with the points, -3.5. Got the job done over the Sacramento Kings. We got tonight, though, a 7-unit NHL bet here going off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's part of a 2-pack here. We hit on Tuesday with the Montreal Canadiens. We're coming right back here tonight. I love the play. That's a part of a 2-pack as well. I have a 2-pack as well in the MLB side of things, looking to absolutely explode here on the diamond. We got good value in today's slate. Not a lot of games, tough slate, but we crunched the numbers down and we're looking to have an absolute day. Griff, what do you got going on at the website?
Yeah, bro, you know me. I don't like to talk high horse unless I'm on that high horse, and I'm on that bastard right now. I have cashed lately, ladies and gentlemen. On Tuesday, I had the Columbus Blue Jackets, 7-unit best bet winner. Tuesday, on the MLB side of things, I had the Cardinals, 6-unit best bet winner. That was a plus value play. Yesterday, I came right back, MLB 7-unit best bet winner with the Tampa Bay Rays.
They
won
hot.
that game 5-4 outright. And then I had a soccer 7-unit best bet on Barcelona laying 1.5 goals. Ended up cashing that one, 4-0 victory. Hit my NBA play yesterday, had one sole play. That was with the Chicago Bulls. So I cashed that play, went 1-1 on the NHL side of things, but I had a 3-unit and a 1-unit. 3-unit on the Edmonton Oilers, cashed that one, dropped my 1-unit with the Calgary Flames. We're absolutely steaming up across all cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. The premium selections are absolutely on fire. We've got to get that mix rolling into the Dirty 630 show to get you guys going, but you have to remember, these are free selections, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing our absolute best to give you guys our absolute best bets after we give out our premium selections. And if you guys want to intertwine and take our premium selections, head on over to DocSports.com for you new members. DocSports.com/free60. Go grab yourself a free $60 account. You can use that free $60 on Nick's and myself's premium selections. That is where you can get our absolute best bets for free. So when you look at our parlay system and you look at our 5% bow and arrow shot, and if there's any of those plays where you're kind of iffy about, well, you can go get our premium selections for absolutely free and intertwine those plays and swap them out. Just like me and Nick have been doing, running the system, absolutely cashing. And if I saw in a comment, somebody said, post your tickets, go to my Twitter page right now, at GMurphyWins, or go to my Instagram, at GMurphyWins. Tickets are right there, brother. Go check them out. I just cashed for $1,250 yesterday on my Tampa Bay Rays play. It's posted right there. We're not hiding anything. The boys are here. We're ready for action, and we are ready to get rolling. But before we get any deeper, Nick, one bite, everybody knows the rules. 1%, everybody knows the rules. Hit them with the rules real quick.
Secret sauce, sticking with that habanero, ladies and gentlemen. We got 4 parlays in this system. Remember, we got 2 2-teamers, 1 3-teamer, and 1 Hail Mary, 1 4-teamer there. Griffin and I will go off increments of $100, sticking to the risk management. That is the #1 priority in this system. Whatever you started with on week 1, you better be sticking to it. And Griff, talk to me about our backbone, our whale bet, our money shot, baby.
Our money shot that has kept us alive, baby, and it will continue to keep us alive because all we got to do is hit 50% on this thing. Easy, said, and done. But our backbone, ladies and gentlemen, as Nick just mentioned, we have 4 parlays in the system. Each one of these parlays, you will be risking 1%. So that's 4 parlays, 4% in risk out. Then you have your 5% whale shot. That is an individual selection. So to say, if all 4 of those parlays lose and your 5% whale shot hits, automatic 1% profit on the day. Perfect example yesterday. We got clipped in all 4 of our parlays yesterday by just 1 damn game. But we covered with our whale shot. We had the Giants back from the dead, came back. Wilmer Flores, my guy, ended up cashing that game. So we ended up ending the day 1% in profit, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our backbone, our 5% whale shot. So you guys know the rules. Now, Nick, what time is it, baby?
It is parlay time. Let's go. Let's get a couple.
I'm fired up. Couple more days in this damn house before we're back in the lab where we can really get jacked up. But let's start on the ice. 2-team parlay. Game number 1, Chicago Blackhawks. They're rolling into Boston to play the Bruins. Bruins minus 175 on the money line. Total sitting at 5.5. We have a low total here and a juicy line, ladies and gentlemen. This tells me we're going to have a tight matchup on our hands. Boston, they're just 2-8 in their last 10 games. They just scorched a 7-2 road win over New Jersey, breaking out on the offensive side. Boston, they're back home for 1 game against a terrible Chicago Blackhawks team who's 7-26-5 on the road. Give me the Bruins here on the money line at home with a 20-13-6 record. Odds of minus 175. Nick, hit him with game 2.
Game number 2, going to the diamond. We got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox here. The total sitting at 8.5. The Boston Red Sox on a 3-game losing streak here. They dropped all 3 to the Toronto Blue Jays. This will be game 4. Chris Bassett will be on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's 1-0 with 6.2 innings of work, and he's only allowed in 12 innings 1 run. This Red Sox team shown yesterday just cannot have timely hitting. Yesterday, they went into extra innings twice and could not score the runner from second base. I don't think the public's going to be all over the Red Sox here tonight. We're not going to be over the Red Sox. Hit the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line here. So for our first 2-team parlay, we're taking the Boston Bruins money line and the Toronto Blue Jays at odds of plus 210. Let's head on over to our second 2-team parlay. Going on the hardwood floor, baby. We got the Atlanta Hawks laying a number, minus 13.5 against the Brooklyn Nets here. The total sitting at 232.5. The Hawks, they're sitting in the AC right now. They are a half game up on the Chicago Bulls here, and they have to start winning games. They want a higher seed to have that play-in game in Atlanta here. While this Brooklyn Nets team, yeah, they won their last game against the New Orleans Pelicans, but that's the Pelicans there. This Atlanta Hawks team has been scoring 117 points per game on average. I think the Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young comes out tonight to get their spot and their seeding here. I like the Atlanta Hawks. Lay that wood, minus 13.5 over the Brooklyn Nets. Griff, hit him with game number 2.
Game number 2, we're on the ice. We've got the Nashville Predators rolling into Utah to play the Utah Hockey Club. Utah is minus 200 on the money line, total sitting at 6.5. Nashville, they're 9-25-5 on the road, dead last in offensive goals per game, and coming off a high-scoring 7-6 win over New York on Tuesday. Utah, they're 18-15-7 at home, 17th in the NHL when it comes to goals allowed against, and 15 on the power play execution offensively. Nashville, they're great against the power play on top of that. This game has under 6.5 written all over it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's rip the under in this game at 6.5. So, for our 2-team parlay, we'll be taking the Atlanta Hawks laying the 13.5 points, and we'll be taking the Nashville Predators at Utah Hockey Club under 6.5 total goals. Odds of plus 235. And now, before we get into our third parlay, our 3-legger, I need to get back to the volatility of this system. Guys, just as we go over every single time when I talk about it in this show, you need to stick to your risk management. Meaning, if your 1% since we started the Dirty 630 show 2 months ago was $5 on a 1% wager, you stick to that $5. And if your 5% bow and arrow shot is $25, you stick to that $25. You do not change the system whatsoever. You guys have seen how volatile this system is. Peaks, valleys, peaks, valleys. You do not want to over leverage yourself and dig yourself into a deep hole, because it can happen very fast. Nick and myself have been doing this long enough. We've dug ourselves into those holes. You best believe it. But we've also learned how to correlate ourselves with money management to keep ourselves safe, protected, and never in danger mode. And as always, never risk what you can't afford to lose. Back to the parlay action.
Let's go, baby.
3-team parlay. We're on the ice. Game number 1. We got the Vancouver Canucks rolling into Colorado to play the Avalanche. Avalanche minus 225 on the money line. Total sitting at 5.5. When we have a total sitting at 5.5, this tells me the puck line is out of play for Colorado. But they are 26-11-3 at home, 7-2-1 in their last 10 games, and they just beat the Vegas Knights on Tuesday in a 3-2 final OT winner. Nothing to overthink here. Let's lock up game number 1 on the money line in this 3-team parlay with the Colorado Avalanche on the money line, minus 225. Nick, hit him with game number 2.
Game 2, staying on the ice. We got the Anaheim Ducks taking on the Los Angeles Kings here. The Kings laying an absolute number, minus 360 on the money line for the Los Angeles Kings. The total sitting at 5.5. The Ducks, they've been playing some pretty good hockey here. Over their last 10 games, they're 6-4. They're on a 2-game winning streak, just beating the Calgary Flames 4-3, while the Kings in their last game just dropped at home to the Seattle Kraken 2-1 there. This Kings team has been phenomenal all season long at home, 29-5 on the season. The Ducks are playing competitive hockey. The public is going to be all over this Los Angeles Kings on the puck line at home. We are not doing that, ladies and gentlemen. This Anaheim Ducks team has shown that they score goals. We are taking the Anaheim Ducks plus 1.5 over the Los Angeles Kings. Let's go to our third and final game of this 3-team parlay. Headed back on the diamond, we got the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. The Braves, slight favorite, minus 120, total sitting at 7.5. This is a rubber match here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Spencer Swagenbach, well, however you say his last name, on the mound for the Braves. This guy has 14 innings. He has only allowed 2 hits in 0 runs. Luzardo will be going on the mound here for the Phillies. He's 2-0 to start the season. 12 innings of work. He has an ERA sitting at a 1.5. I think Luzardo does get hit in this matchup. I don't think Spencer gives up a run. I like the Braves to come out hot here against the Philadelphia Phillies. Take the Atlanta Braves on the first 5 innings over the Philadelphia Phillies. So for our 3-team parlay, we're taking the Colorado Avalanche money line, we're taking the Anaheim Ducks plus 1.5, and we're taking the Atlanta Braves first 5 innings for odds of plus 430. Let's go to a Hail Mary parlay, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's hit one. Damn it, one game. Come on.
My God, let's go. We're headed to the diamond. We got the Milwaukee Brewers minus 130 over the Colorado Rockies here. The total is sitting at 10.5. Ryan Fletner will be on the mound for the Rockies here, and this guy is probably the best arm that the Colorado Rockies have right here this season. I'm expecting the Rockies to come out hot today. Everybody's going to be on these Brewers. They absolutely killed them yesterday. Give me the Colorado Rockies in the first 5 innings of this game. I like them to get out to a hot start here. Take the Rockies first 5 over the Milwaukee Brewers. Griff, hit them with game 2.
Game number 2, we're on the NBA hardwood. We've got the New Orleans Pelicans rolling into Milwaukee to play the Bucks. Bucks laying 14 points in this game. Total sitting at 220.5. Milwaukee, they're in a must-win situation here. They are fighting for the number 4 and 5 seed with both Indiana and Detroit right on their tail. After New Orleans, Milwaukee is on back-to-back games. They've got Detroit to close out the season. Milwaukee needs to play safe tonight, but they also have to secure a win. I believe Milwaukee wins this matchup tonight, but I also believe they're going to take their foot off the gas in the second half of this game, as they are not deep in depth by any means. They're looking ahead at tomorrow's matchup. They just got to win tonight. Give me the Pelicans here, plus 14 for game number 2. Nick, hit them game 3.
Going back on the ice, we got the Buffalo Sabres and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets minus 140 here on the money line. The total sitting at 6.5. The Sabres playing really good hockey here. A little too late in the season. They're 8-2 here in their last 10 games on a 5-game winning streak. But this Columbus Blue Jackets play their best hockey here at home. I think they light up the lamp against these Buffalo Sabres. Snap that 5-game winning streak there. Give me the Columbus Blue Jackets money line over the Buffalo Sabres. Griff, close it down with game number 4.
NBA hardwood. We've got the Cleveland Cavs rolling into Indiana.
Pacers
laying 9.5. Pacers are laying 9.5. We got a total sitting at 233.5. Indiana, they're in a very tough spot here. They're fourth in the East right now. They have a 3-game lead over Milwaukee. Indiana will clinch the number 4 spot with a win tonight. Indiana has Cleveland at home tonight. Then they have a pesky Orlando team tomorrow on back-to-backs. Then they have to head back to Cleveland for their season finale. Cleveland, they've already locked up the number 1 seed in the East, so they have nothing to play for. I believe this is where Indiana puts their foot on the gas, absolutely lights it up, and torches this Cleveland Cavaliers team who's laying down tonight. Give me the Pacers here. Lay the 9.5 points as our 4-team and our 4-leg parlay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking the Rockies first 5 innings. We will be taking the New Orleans Pelicans plus 14. We'll be taking the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line, and we will be taking the Indiana Pacers laying the 9.5 points. Odds of plus 1080, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we get the bow and the arrow out, I got to calm down for 1 second because we always need to touch up on this. And today, right after this show, I have Docs Daily, and then me and Nick are going to go through all the comments throughout the week and respond and get back to everybody. We continuously appreciate all of that stuff, all of the likes, all of the comments, all of the positive feedback. Please continue to do so, even if it's negative feedback. We don't care. We will approve it, respond to you respectfully. And if we don't agree with you, we'll tell you we don't agree with you. And if we do agree with you, well, then as always, we will agree with you and we'll let you guys know our opinions on that. But please continue to do so. I know the show has been a little bit different as Nick and myself have been obviously not next to each other. We're at our houses doing the show instead. We will be back in the lab on Monday, and you best believe we'll be ready to absolute gunsling. So, guys, please continue to comment, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. The show is posted Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, all that shit. I can't stand saying it, but I have to say it. It's part of the rule. Whatever.
Go,
I don't care.
Go.
But with that being said, Nick, get the bow out. Get the arrow. We're on the diamond. Let's roll with it, baby. I'm ready to shoot this bastard. We got the Minnesota Twins rolling into Kansas City. Play the Royals. Royals minus 120 on the money line. Total sitting at 8.5. We have a very high total here. So that tells me we're going to see runs scored in today's ball game. Bailey Oberg gets the start for Minnesota. This guy is extremely underrated and a very solid pitcher. He's had 1 start this season and 1 bad outing. I smell a bounce-back game for him. Michael Wacha. This guy was a bigger name at one point in his career when he played with the Padres. Right now, though, with this Royals team, he absolutely sucks, and he's starting to fall off the cliff. Minnesota, in my eyes, they're going to barrel his ass up tonight, and I'm all over the Twins here. Give me the Twins. Get the bow. Get the arrow. Minnesota Twins, money line, plus 100. Boom! Nick, hit him.
We have 4-game series or 4-game set here in this series. The Royals, they took the first 2 here, and now it's 2-1. The Minnesota Twins look to break even on this series. Ober will be on the mound. He's 0-1. I expect a bounce-back game out of him. And just like Griff said, Michael Wacha, he's been struggling. This is the time that the Minnesota offense has to step up and start producing runs here. They've been inconsistent. I think today is the day Minnesota puts up a number. Give me the Minnesota Twins over the Kansas City Royals for our 5% whale bet, baby.
Boom! Let's go. Recap time, baby. Parlay number 1. Take the Boston Bruins on the money line and take the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line. Odds of plus 210. Parlay number 2. Take Atlanta, lay the 13.5 points. Take Nashville at Utah, under 6.5 total goals. Odds of plus 235. 3-leg parlay. Take the Colorado Avalanche on the money line. Anaheim Ducks plus 1.5. Braves first 5 innings, odds of plus 430. And our 4-legger, let's take the Rockies first 5 innings, take the Pelicans plus 14, take the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line, lay the 9.5 points with the Indiana Pacers, odds of plus 1080, ladies and gentlemen. And our bow, our arrow shot, get it rocked, get it ready, get it loaded. It's coming. The bow, the arrow, take the Twins on the money line, plus 100 over the Kansas City Royals, 5% whale shot. Boom! Let's roll, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys continuously tuning into the Dirty 630 show. The comments, the feedbacks, all of that good stuff. Please continue to do so. And as always, this is the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. If you guys are looking for our premium selections, our absolute best bets for free. If you guys don't like any of the selections that we gave inside of this parlay system and our whale shot, you can get our premium selections for free heading over to DocSports.com. /free60. That is where you can intertwine, swap out plays that you want to mix and match, whatever the hell you guys want to do with. But if not, no hard feelings. But with all of that being said, we appreciate you guys continuously tuning into the Dirty 630 show. I am Griffin Murphy. Below me is Nick Menken, or aside of me is Nick Menken. We are DocSports.com, and we will see you guys tomorrow.